I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have another look at Vlaunch. So it's been a while since the actual listing. It's been a while since their first projects. What has the launchpad actually accomplished? I can tell you a lot. I'm quite surprised by the performance. Nothing in this video is financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. But the performance has been really well. And according to my previous price prediction, I was very wrong. So let's see on our second price prediction if we can do better. So they have launched, obviously, their own Vlaunch. They have launched Rainmaker. They have launched one of my more favorite games that I've been following, Decimated. And they did CoinWeb. There are no up-and-coming launches scheduled so far, but I assume they are working on this. They also announced this on Twitter, that they are looking for new possible gems to launch through Vlaunch, right? In order to participate on Vlaunch, you need to stake your tokens, which I've covered in a previous video. We're going to look at the price. Where can it move? What is the opportunity? And hopefully I will be not so wrong this time, right? Because last time I said it was going down, as I predicted. It's not facts, it's just a prediction. Nobody can look into the future. And it turned out the other way. And obviously, I don't mind at all to tell you guys I was wrong. And let's see if this time we can be right. Let's look at some past performance, right? So Vlaunch has done extremely well. Since the launch for the investors in Vlaunch, it has pulled in a 65.8x currently, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Anything over 20x, I would say, is already amazing returns. 100x it did not reach, but could potentially reach in the future. We're looking at a 76x all-time high. So if you look relative to the numbers, it's just recently below the all-time high, but not that significantly. There wasn't a huge drop. Why not? Well, I do think I know why. However, let's look at the other projects first. So they also launched Rainmaker, which was their least successful launch. It did launch on a lot of other platforms: Chain Boost, LaunchZone, Bullperks, GameFi, Polkastarter, and Paid Network. The Vlaunch is not even on the list, it appears. But it did only reach like a 3.88x, which is not bad. I mean, I'm not going to say you made money on this, so it's good, but it's just not as significant as the other launches, right? So Rainmaker was the least successful launch at 3.88x, which I think is still great. Then they did Decimated, which did really good as well, reaching an all-time high ROI of 13.89x and a ROI currently holding at 10.61. So just 10.5x, which I think is also great. CoinWeb, the last one, also above average performance, pulling in 11.36x, currently with an all-time high of 17.5x. So when we look at the relative performance of Vlaunch so far, we got to be honest, they have done incredible with the launches so far. Out of the four, three did, I would say, highly above average performance. If you launch 4 launches total, of which one get a 4x, the other one get more than a 10x, and one does over a 50x, that is extremely, extremely good. Am I going to join Vlaunch? No, because one of my rules is I don't stake tokens to get allocation, right? I think that's too risky, and I believe the lockup period on Vlaunch with the Vpad token is already quite long, which I'm not something that I'm interested in. However, I can honestly say, if you don't mind staking your tokens, they have a really good team, right? It's like from these influencer guys, and it's obviously full influencer backed as well, but it does show a tremendous opportunity. One thing you should be aware of when we look at the graph is that a lot of people got tokens airdropped, right? So a lot of the current circulating supply, which we can find here, which is currently only 11.2%, right? And we're sitting at a price currently of $2. So it did reach, like, it's not even on the moon chart anymore, way beyond that. It's currently sitting at a fully diluted market cap of 2 billion. The circulating supply at 11% would bring it to around 200 million, right? Just over 200 million valuation. I think for a launchpad that is really high. I've said it before in my first video, I'm not going to change that opinion just because my price prediction was not correct. I think this platform is extremely overvalued. even though it has had great performance, if we look at the relative market cap of other launchpads, right, then I do think that the value of this very early stage launchpad is just too high. Why is it so high? Maybe because the tokens staked are staked for a long time. I'm not sure, but I think I recall somewhere that it was like staking for like 6 or 12 months, something like this, like a quite long lockup period. And one other problem is that the circulating supply was claimable for users, and I think you could claim them for free. You just need to pay gas fee. And the problem is with this token, it's on the Ethereum chain. So a lot of people have $100, $150 worth of tokens, and there's a lot of holders on this token. Yet if they want to claim it, it is $200 in cost, right? Or $250 value, $200 in cost. Obviously nobody's going to claim. Now they did announce in their communities that they are going to bridge the opportunity to bridge to the Binance Smart Chain. And I've mentioned this previously in another video. I think when this happens, the price will tank, because a lot of paper hands are waiting to sell this. They just can't really sell this because of, look at this, 27,000 holders for such a young token. That is a lot of holders, right? If I'm going to compare this to, for example, one of my other great projects that I like to follow, MetaHero. If we look at their holder count, it's a lot more significant. 200,000 holders, but relative to the longevity of this project, how long it has been around, very long time, and the fully diluted market cap is a lot smaller, where I think this is obviously not a launch pad, but the opportunities here are way more significant, right? So I do think this is very much overvalued. The reason why they can keep this value so high and the price doesn't tank, as you can see, the price has been quite stable, right? Has been gradually going up. Supply, demand, still living off that hype. This increase might have been through decimated, right? The initial launch, which was really hyped, which I think is great. They offer the long staking. So if we go to staking, can we see how long that actually is? No. We can't see the lockup period specifically, but I think the staking was quite long. I'm not too sure how long it actually is, but I do think it's very much important to take that into consideration. They have good volume, I'm not gonna lie, right? For an Ethereum, probably it's only Uniswap that's pulling in the main. They got some other exchanges actually pulling in some good volume, which is surprising. But like with 6.5 million volume, that's good. That's good. It's like moving down a lot if you look at the volume. So it went from like 60 million upon launch, when there was like a huge sell-off as well, and then recovered some volume here if you look at the chart, and then basically right now it's stable at around 10 million, but today it's down so far. Not a huge problem. I'm just worried about that fully diluted market cap and a potential market cap. So if we go to the top launch pads, right, the market cap is 250 million, 600 million. Well, this is not really a fully developed launchpad yet. Superfarm also not. Well, Seedify, 200 million, right? So if Vlaunch would have an actual circulating supply, according to crypto rank, of 11.28 circulating supply, right? With the amount fully diluted supply, fully diluted market cap being at 2 million, we're talking about 210 million. Right? 210 million as the market cap. That's a fucking joke, because Vlaunch doesn't have either the team, nor the experience, nor the amount of credibility in terms of the amount of launches they have done as Seedify. Nowhere comparable as an investor, in my opinion. Why? Because the proof of concept is not in 4 launches, it is more so in 50 launches. Do I think this has great potential? Yes. So don't get me wrong, this has great potential. It's just extremely overvalued. Obviously, it's based off an influencer community, right? So they know marketing, right? But marketing alone is not enough for the long term. It could be if you look at hype projects like Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, right? That where they have no real utility yet, but insanely high market caps. But the odds of repeating that, it is possible. I'm just like saying on the actual launchpad list, right? We have some really big ones like GameFi, Maker sitting at just under or above 200 million. You know, Polka Foundry has been around for a long time. They have done an incredible amount of launches, which most also very nice. Only 45 million market cap, right? So if we're talking about 200 million 1 week after the launch, I do think that if they, for the future of their platform, make the token available on the Binance Smart Chain, because that's what the users want, because currently they can't claim, right? They have so many holders holding such a small amount, which was distributed to them for free, which is maybe worth, again, $250, and then the price is $250 for the gas. Doesn't make sense. Bridge it to Binance Smart Chain, everybody will bridge, and people will sell off, right? Which is normal after TGE event. That didn't happen. Why not? Because people couldn't claim their tokens really. They could, but the investment wouldn't outweigh the benefit of the sell-off according to the gas. This is my own analysis. This is what I've been following. Maybe there's more to it, right? Who knows? Maybe there's more information, but the price so far seems to be developing quite well and quite steady around $2. I wouldn't be worried about these little dips to like 190 and then it pulls back to $2. I think they can keep it quite steady because the people that I spoke about regarding Vpad, they're all quite keen on the actual staking and participating on the Vpad token with the Vpad token regarding the actual upcoming launches. I'm just worried about the overvaluation. So when I would go back to my price prediction, right, I'm again going with my own way and not with the way that I'm going to get called out for, because everybody's like, oh, it's $2, it can probably go up to $3. It could, right, off the marketing hype. And I wouldn't call that a bubble, but it is marketing, because if we look realistically as an investor doing actual research, is this project worth this kind of money? No. Does it have the credibility? No. However, in my opinion, right, is crypto just a story about supply and demand? Yes. So is the actual value this currently? Yes. Do I agree with it? No. Right? So that's basically the two sides of the story. Therefore, I think the next big thing you should take into consideration is the Binance Smart Chain addition to the contract, right? Creating the bridge, which could heavily influence the price. If that happens, obviously, I will let you know in my Discord community. So make sure you join that down below if you're not already in there. Because I do keep up to date with this project. I think it's extremely interesting. Not something for me to join, but I look at it every day because I just like to see the development. Was I right? Was I wrong? And even if I'm wrong, I'm right because I learned something, right? Which is great. Would I take an entry position to flip this? Probably not, because of the bridge announcement will make the price extremely volatile. It could easily tank 40-50% in one day if these tokens are unlocked, because the gas fee has been extremely reduced if they're on the Binance Smart Chain, right? Do I think the team should push people to stake right now before they enable that? Yes, because the more they lock up, oh, here we go. From today, we onboard 8 new programmers to make the Binance bridge. Well, there we go. Posted 6 hours ago. I didn't even see that before. But that's that the Binance bridge is basically what's going to tank the price, in my opinion. Something you should be aware of. Up until that, you could have amazing opportunity, right? You could still definitely benefit from either the token going up or here to stake $200 staking fee. So first you would have to claim it, I think, or maybe it was an airdrop. But if you want to participate, you need like to pay like $200 in staking. For most people, that doesn't make much sense. So the Ethereum blockchain is definitely working against them. See, $70 for nothing. People are always salty, right? People are never happy. So I do get that. Crypto space is highly, people always like to complain and shit. However, I do think this platform has tremendous, somebody said I still cannot what? I still cannot claim tokens. Okay, great news. Yeah, okay, so there's some problem with the distribution, but I think that's normal. Staking ends in 9 days and people can restake. Okay, please answer. Okay, so people are complaining about the support for a little bit, but I think with a new project like this, with such a big project, there will always be people complaining like, my ticket is open for 5 days. If there are real problems, I assume with such a big following as well, they will solve those problems accordingly. So don't stress out too much about it. But yeah, where do we go in terms of the price? Because I'm talking a lot of shit, I'm ranting. I just want to make this video based on the price that I'm expecting to go. Binance Bridge coming up next will have the biggest influence. I think it will drop to $1, even below $1. I think we'll see a 40-50% cut of the price, bringing this to 100 million market cap, which is a lot more reasonable, in line with the other big launch pads. Even 100 million might even still be overvalued. Maybe we're probably looking, with their current track record, I would probably push it around like 40 million. That would be good. 40 million. It did have a lot of hype, but I think they just can't keep that up long term, even if they list some bad projects, because it will happen. You can't only select the good projects, right? Market conditions will vary. I think this will go down long term, right? Medium long term. Let me not over speculate. But in my opinion, we will see like 75 cents to $1 very soon. We just have to wait for the Binance Bridge. That is my price prediction. That's where I'm going to leave it. Just note that I was very wrong in the past, right? Because I said in the short-term price prediction, 1 week after launch, we would see below $1, and that didn't happen, right? It basically went to $2, the exact opposite. However, that's why these price predictions are fun. I give my reasoning on why I think the price is moving somewhere. Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. We'll see how it goes. But I always have fun doing this because I actually like to bring solid arguments, right? Why I think things are happening, and not just shout, let's go to the fucking moon. And then that's the sole argument that there is. Anyway, Vlaunch, good potential. Definitely check it out if you haven't looked at it already. If you're holding the tokens, wait for the Binance Bridge, but move quickly at that point because it might go the wrong direction, which I assume it will go. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because as soon as the Binance Bridge comes out or is announced, I will obviously make an update on this platform, because I do, as I said, keep daily track of this platform and the Vpad token. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.